Why, hi there, I'm Ron Chuckett, and Box Score Communications presents Boston Red Sox Replay 2004. Tonight, the second of a doubleheader at Fenway Park as the 11-9 Boston Red Sox host the 8-11 Tampa Bay Devil Rays. To close out this twin bill, it's Derek Lowe of the Red Sox and Damian Moss of the Devil Rays. And we can tell you that Kevin Brown beat the Oakland A's today for the New York Yankees. He goes to 5-0 on the year, and they remain tied now with the Orioles in first place because the Orioles played a day game today and lost to Seattle. And so what does all this mean? Well, the Red Sox are now a game out of first, which is great news as they've taken the first two against Tampa in this three-game set before going on the road to face the Texas Rangers. So it's game two of a doubleheader, and we have some game two of doubleheader lineups for you. Derek Lowe, as you know, is pitching for the Red Sox. He would be the normal starter, I would think. The lineup he will face: Carl Crawford is in left field batting first. Julio Lugo will bat second at short. Aubrey Huff is the DH tonight. He'll bat third. Rocco Baldelli is the center fielder, batting fourth. Fick will go out in the field and play first in the nightcap. Jose Cruz Jr. will bat sixth and play right. Jeff Blum will play third and bat seventh. Toby Hall is your catcher, batting eighth. And Ray Sanchez bats ninth and will play second. The defense around Mr. Lowe: Dave McCarty will play left field, which tells me that Manny Ramirez is the DH. Dave has a great fielding percentage, and that's about it. Johnny Damon is your center fielder in game two. Gabe Kapler is in right. Bill Miller at third. Pokey Reese is back at short. Mark Bellhorn is at second, and David Ortiz, can't be too many first games left for him at first base. Jason Varitek behind the plate to catch Derek Lowe. You got the better defenders up the middle behind Lowe. Lowe is 1-1 with an ERA of 7.07, but his last start was a win in New York, and he looked good. He went 6 or 7 innings. He has thrown 14 on the year. This is his fourth start, however. 19 hits, 9 walks, and has struck out 6. So we're ready to go. The Sox have taken the first two as we expected them to do, and they can go for the sweep of the series and the doubleheader right here, which would match what happened in real life. They don't gain anything, but a win tonight puts them a half game out of first. Crawford now at 272, 1 homer and 5 RBI. And this one starts with a strikeout. How about that? He swung on and missed a 2-2 pitch. Lowe should go about 105. Moss, when we get to him, should go about 85. It rained in the first game, by the way. It is not expected to rain for the second one. The winds are blowing out to right center at 15, and the temperature is 58. Julio Lugo is at the plate. He's at 169, 1 homer and 5 RBI. And the pitch is a ground ball, base hit into the hole on the left. McCarty will get it back in, and Tampa has a hit. Aubrey Huff the batter. Aubrey at 261, a homer and 7 RBI. Throw to first. Lugo is back. Does reduce the chances of a stolen base. Wheel pitch out. Runner goes. Throw down to Reese is not in time. Boston not great at throwing out base runners. Lugo gets the steal. That's his first of the year, which is a surprise. So it's a 1-0 count to Aubrey Huff. Lowe is ready. There's a ground ball, base hit in the left. Lugo holds it third. Huff holds it first. Rocco Baldelli the batter. Rocco at 297. 2 homers and 9 RBI. Lowe delivers. There goes Huff. It was a hit and run. It's popped up. Ortiz is there. Huff gets back, and there's 2 out. So this is where Lowe struggled. After giving up the initial runner is when he would tend to give up runs scored later in the inning. He would just lose confidence in his defenders behind him. Fick the batter. Robert at 179. 1 homer and 5 RBI. The pitch. He got him. He strikes out 2 in the inning. Fick swung on and missed, and that retires the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. We played a half an inning. No score. So Damian Moss will pitch for Tampa. Moss has an ERA in the sim. This is kind of one of those confusing things. A 2.45. He has a 1-1 record, 7 innings, 6 hits, a home run, walked 1, and struck out 3. But in real life, his ERA in just 8 innings was 16.88. The lineup the Red Sox will put out there this evening: Johnny Damon leads off. Bill Miller will bat second. David Ortiz, the first baseman, bats third. I was right. Manny Ramirez is your DH this evening, batting fourth. Jason Varitek bats fifth. Dave McCarty, the left fielder, bats sixth. Mark Bellhorn will bat seventh. Gabe Kapler bats eighth. And Pokey Reese is back batting ninth. The defense around the lefty Moss, Crawford in left, Baldelli in center, Cruz in right. A great outfield. Bloom is a better third baseman than a second baseman. Average range and an okay fielding percentage. Lugo at short, Sanchez at second, and Fick, who won't help you but he won't hurt you at first, with Toby Hall behind the plate. Damon at 283 homers and 11 RBI. And Damon hits a line drive up the middle for a base hit. So that's how the night starts for Boston. Bill Miller, the batter. Bill at 182, 2 homers and 9 RBI. Here's the pitch. He strikes out on a 1-2 pitch just below the belt, 1 out. David Ortiz, the batter. David at 282, 5 homers and now 20 RBI. The pitch. Here's a ground ball to Lugo. Throws it over to Fick. And it's an infield hit. Couldn't get him. Lugo took too long to grab it. So what possibly could have been an inning-ending double play. Damon threw with his speed. Lugo was going right to first, but he waited too long, and Ortiz is on with an infield single. Manny Ramirez, the batter. Manny at 296. He had a grand slam in Game 1 earlier. Now at 5 homers and 16 RBI. Here's the pitch. And there is an infield fly. Bloom goes over and makes the grab for the second out. Jason Varitek, the batter. Jason sat the first game of this twin bill at 450, 6 homers and 12 RBI. The pitch. There's a ground ball to Lugo. Flips it over to Sanchez to retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. We played 1, no score. So Cruz Jr., Bloom, and Hall will bat. Jose at 284, 4 homers and 10 RBI. Lowe threw 18 pitches in the first. He's good for 105, around there. Moss threw 23 for Tampa, and he should be good for about 85. Pitch to Cruz Jr. is a strikeout. That's 3 for Lowe. He got him to swing and miss on a 1-2 pitch. Jeff Bloom at 240, no homers and 1 lone RBI. The pitch, ground ball to Bellhorn, and Bellhorn can't get it. It's an E4, and Bloom is on first. So Toby Hall, the batter. Toby at 208, no homers and 2 RBI. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to Miller. Throws to Bellhorn for 1. To Ortiz, they turn it. So the error goes for nothing across. No runs or hits, just that 1 error. We played 1.5 and we're scoreless in Fenway. So Dave McCarty will bat here to lead off the second, with Bellhorn and Kapler to follow. McCarty is 2 for 10 with no homers or RBI. The pitch from Moss is a ground ball, base hit in the left. That's the third Red Sox hit. That'll bring up Bellhorn, who's at 254, 3 homers and 11 RBI. Bellhorn strikes out. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on an 0-2 pitch. So 1 out for Kapler, who was at 140, no homers and 3 RBI. Kapler hits a ground ball, right side base hit. McCarty goes to third. Pokey Reese, the batter. Pokey at 232, no homers and 4 RBI. Did not play last night or the first game of the doubleheader tonight. Moss is ready. The pitch. There's a line drive, right field base hit. McCarty scores. Kapler will hold it second. Reese is on at first, and the Red Sox draw first blood, 1-0. So that'll flip the lineup for Johnny Damon. Johnny singled his first time up. Sox have 5 hits tonight in Game 2. The pitch, it gets away from Hall. It's called a wild pitch, as it never struck anything. It got between Hall and Damon, and so Kapler and Reese move up 90 feet. Now a base hit makes it 3-0. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. There's a line drive to center. Back goes Baldelli. That's going to ground the wall. Kapler scores. Reese scores. Damon's on with a double, and it's 3-0 Boston. Bill Miller, the batter. Bill struck out his first time up. 3-0 Sox. Damon on second. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Ortiz now. Large father singled his first time up. Takes the pitch. Is a line drive to center, right center. Baldelli moves over, and it's gone. It's a huge shot for Ortiz, and it's 5-0. As the Commodore Vic 64 rather, 64 can do 2 games of a doubleheader. Says that was 393 feet past the bullpens into right center. Not too shabby, and so Ortiz makes it 5-0. Here's Manny Ramirez, who's 0 for 1. That's how you have an ERA of 16.88. Pitch to Manny is a strikeout. On an 0-2 pitch, Manny watched strike 3. Not before the Red Sox get 5 runs on 5 hits and no errors. We played 2. It's 5-0 Boston. Ray Sanchez, and then Crawford and Lugo to face Lowe here in the third. Sanchez at 244, 3 homers and 9 RBI. Already has 1 more homer and 45 at-bats than he did in the real season in 285. Sanchez hits a line drive foul. 1-2 from Lowe. There's a ground ball to Bellhorn, deep in the hole. Throws to Ortiz for the out. Nice play. Here's Crawford. Crawford struck out to start the game. Lowe in 2 1/3, 37 pitches, 2 hits, no runs, and a strikeout 3. Pitch to Crawford is a ground ball to Miller, throws it to Ortiz, and that's 2. So again, Derek Lowe is giving Boston what they need for the second time in a row. Julio Lugo, the batter. Julio 1 for 1. He singled in the first. Grounder to Reese, throws it over, and that goes to side in order. No runs, no hits, no errors after 2.5. Boston 5, Tampa nothing. Jason Varitek, Dave McCarty, Mark Bellhorn will bat here in the third. Varitek is 0 for 1. Here's a line drive to center. Baldelli's there. 1 out. McCarty singled to scored his first time up in the second. Red Sox got 5 in the second. Based on a big hit by Pokey Reese, an extra base hit from Johnny Damon, and then the 2-run shot from David Ortiz. McCarty, ground ball to Lugo, throws it over to Fick for the second out. Mark Bellhorn struck out his first time up. And he gets hit. He gets hit on the ribs. He just walks down to first. That'll bring up Kapler, who singled and scored in the second. Moss now has surrendered 7 hits in 2 2/3 innings. Kapler gets away from Hall. It's a pass ball. So it's 3-1. Pitch got away from Hall. Couldn't get away from, couldn't catch it, and went all the way to the backstop. So Bellhorn goes to second. It's a 3-1 count to Kapler. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Boston 5, Tampa nothing. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball to left. That goes Crawford, who makes the catch to retire to the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We played 3. It's Boston 5, Tampa nothing. And that'll bring up Aubrey Huff, followed by Rocco Baldelli and Robert Fick. Lowe has thrown 47 pitches through 3 innings, 2 hits rather, and 3 strikeouts. Can go 105. He's pitching just fine. Huff singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. And he's now 2 for 2 as he puts that one down the right field line as he'll get in there with a stand-up double. Good piece of hitting right down the line. And Tampa starts the fourth with a runner in scoring position. Here's Rocco Baldelli, who's 0 for 1. Baldelli hits a ground ball to Miller. Huff stands still, throw to Ortiz, 1 out. Robert Fick, who struck out his first time up the batter. Fick misses strike 3. Or it was right at the knees, but still, strike 3. So that's 4 for Lowe. And on an 0-2 pitch, here's Jose Cruz Jr., who struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch. He goes down by way of the K again. He watched one in the inside corner. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 3.5 in the books. It's Boston 5, Tampa nothing. Pokey Reese with an RBI single his first time up. Would later score. Starts us off in the 4th with Damon and Miller to follow. Moss delivers. There's a ground ball. Sanchez has it by the bag and throws him out. So Moss, 15 or so more pitches. 3 1/3 inning. Down 7 hits. The home run by Ortiz. He has not walked anybody and struck out 4. Damon is 2 for 2. He is singled and doubled, driven in 2, and scored. And hits a long drive to right. Back goes Cruz, and it will hit the wall, and Damon's on with another double. So that will be it for Moss. Lance Carter comes in to pitch in a moment. So a rough night for Moss. Second game of the doubleheader. 5 and 3 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs so far, all earned. I believe I said he walked 1 and struck out 4. We'll look before the game's over. Damon is on second, and now we'll bring in Lance Carter. Lance the righty is 1-0 with an ERA of 2.84. In 6 innings, he's allowed 7 hits, 3 homers, walked 4, and struck out 6. And Bill Miller has struck out twice. He's slumping again. Here's the pitch. There's a line drive base hit in the shallow right with a rude guess. Damon will round third and hold. Had a good chance, but with the meat of the lineup coming up, don't run yourself into outs. David Ortiz has singled and homered in the second. He's 2 for 2 with a run scored and 2 RBI. Has a chance to pick up 1 more here with Damon on third. Miller on first. Fly ball to shallow center. Baldelli's there. Damon will tag. Francona sends him to throw, not in time. So Miller goes to second on a throw home, and it's 6-0 on the sac fly. 2 out for Manny. Manny is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Carter deals. Got him swinging. In there at the knees. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. We've played 4. Boston 6. Tampa nothing. So Jeff Blum, Toby Hall, and Ray Sanchez. Blum is 0 for 1. Lowe delivers. Ground ball to third. Miller throws over. 1 out. So 68 pitches now for Derek of his scheduled 105. 4 1/3 innings. 3 hits. No runs. No walks either, and he struck out 5. Toby Hall is 0 for 1. Low pitches. Here's a ground ball to first. Ortiz takes it himself, 2 out. Ray Sanchez, the batter. Ray is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Lowe. Ground ball to Bellhorn. Throw to Ortiz to retire the side. So halfway home in the second game of this doubleheader. No runs, no hits, no errors. Boston is comfortably up 6-0. And tonight, after the full late local news, and you will get a full late local news here in Boston, is the Craig Ferguson Show. Tonight, Salman Rushdie and Topo Gigio on the Craig Ferguson Show after the late local news in full on the Dumont Television Network. All right, Jason Varitek is 0 for 2. McCarty and Bellhorn to follow. Varitek pops 1 into center. Baldelli is there, 1 out. Dave McCarty, the batter. Dave is singled and scored. 1 for 2. The final line on Moss, 3 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, all earned. The homer by Poppy. No walks and 4 strikeouts. McCartney, as we said, 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. There's a line drive, base hit in the right. Make it 2 for 3. 2 singles for David. And that'll bring up Mark Bellhorn, who is 0 for 1. He has struck out and been plunked. Carter delivers. Bellhorn swings and misses for the strikeout. He does it a lot. I believe that's 23. Gabe Kapler, the batter. Gabe is 1 for 2. He singled and scored. The pitch. There's a ground ball to second. Sanchez throws over to retire to the side. So, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 5, Boston 6, Tampa nothing. So Crawford, Lugo, and Huff will bat here in the 6th. Crawford is Carl is 0-for-2 with a strikeout. Lowe getting his fatigue symbol after 75 pitches. So we'll see how much longer he can go. Sox bullpen is pretty much fully rested with a 6-0 lead. I don't think they're that worried. Lowe will give him what he can, and that will do. Pitch to Crawford. Here's a line drive in the left for a base hit. Julio Lugo was 1-for-2. He singled. Crawford, 50-50 chance to steal here. Pitch to Lugo. Ground ball to Reese. Throws it across over to Ortiz, and it's a base hit. They couldn't get him. So an infield hit, and Tampa has the first 2 on here in the 6th. For Aubrey Huff, who is 2-for-2, he is singled and doubled. And Huff pops one up. McCarty's there. 1 out. Crawford will hold. Baldelli the batter. Rocco was 0-for-2. Fick is on deck. Baldelli goes down by way of the K. Swung on and missed a 1-2 pitch. So that's 6 strikeouts for Lowe, and that'll bring up Fick with 2 out. Fick is 0-for-2. He has struck out both times. The pitch, he strikes out a 3rd time. Swing and a miss, strike 3. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 5.5 down. It's Boston 6, Tampa nothing. So Pokey Reese, Johnny Damon, and Bill Miller. Pokey is 1-for-2 with an RBI single and also later scored. Reese grounds one back to Carter over to Fick for the out. Carter has thrown 2 full innings now, almost at his pitch count, 34-35. 2 hits, no runs, and has struck out 2. Damon is 3-for-3. Johnny has singled, doubled twice, driven in 2, and scored twice. Damon hits a fly ball to right center. Back goes Baldelli. That's going to hit the wall. Cruz will get it in, but not before Damon hits his 3rd double of the ballgame. So here's Miller. Miller struck out his first 2 times and then hit a single his 3rd. So he's 1-for-3. 6 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, and 5 so far is traded for Boston. Tampa, no runs on 5 hits and no errors, and they have left 5 on. Carter is above his pitch limit. Here's Miller. And Miller draws the walk, and he'll face Ortiz. David is 2-for-2. Singled, homer, driven in 3. The 2-run shot came in the 2nd. Here's the pitch. There's an infield fly call. Fick will have it. There's an out. And Travis Harper will come in to pitch. So Harper, we've seen already in this series, has a 1.29 ERA, no record, 7 innings, 8 hits, a home run allowed, walked 3 and struck out 4. Manny Ramirez has not had a good night, 0-for-3 in the 2nd game of this doubleheader with 2 strikeouts. He had a grand slam in one of these games. It's a ground ball, fly ball right to Lugo, or a line drive right to Lugo to retire to the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We've played 6. Derek Lowe comes out to start the 7th. Boston 6, Tampa nothing. So Cruz Jr., Bloom, and Hall scheduled to bat here for Tampa. Lowe at 93 pitches, 6 innings, 5 hits, and 7 strikeouts. Gem stuff from Derek. Cruz has struck out both times up. Gets a piece of this one right to Kapler, 1 out. Jeff Bloom the batter. Jeff is 0-for-2. Pitch from Lowe. Bloom hits a line drive to left. McCarty's there, 2 out. Toby Hall the batter. Toby is 0-for-2. Lowe delivers. There's a line drive right center base hit. Kapler tosses it back in. So Hall has a hit. That'll bring up Sanchez, who is 0-for-2. Crawford will bat if Sanchez can reach. Pitch to Ray is a ground ball to short. Reese throws it across, and that's the side. Stretch time here in game 2. It's a cold night, 55 and 20-mile-an-hour winds out to right center. No runs, no hits, no error. No runs, 1 hit, no errors here in the 7th. 6.5 down, 6-0 Boston. So Harper will face Veritek, McCarty, and Bellhorn. That'll be it for Lowe. 7 innings, no runs, 6 hits, and a oodle of strikeouts, 6 or 7. Great stuff from Lowe. Jason's 0 for 3, and that will draw 1. McCarty, the batter. Dave has had a good night. He's 2 for 3. Singled twice and scored. He has one get away from Hall, and that's a wild pitch. So Veritek moves up to second. It's a 3-0 count to McCarty. Bellhorn is on deck. McCarty draws the walk. The unintentional, intentional ball forward, and I'll bring up Mark Bellhorn, who has struck out both of his at-bats tonight and also was hit by a pitch. Bellhorn has struck out 23 times on the year. And make that 24. Full count in at the knees. And he hears it from the home faithful, as he should. Gabe Kapler, the batter. Gabe is 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. 6 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for Boston, 7 stranded. Tampa no runs on 6 hits, no errors, and 6 left on. Pitch to Kapler. Grounder to third. Bloom throws to Sanchez to no, he does throw it, but it's an error. So he threw it away. Veritek scores from second. McCarty goes to third and Kapler. Sorry it wasn't a really exciting call on that. But it's 7-0 now as Bloom just overshot Sanchez. So it's a 2-base error. Kapler ends up on second, McCarty on third. Pokey Reese, the batter. Pokey 1 for 3. Singled, scored, and drove in a run. Here's the pitch. Here's a ground ball to Sanchez. Run will score. Throw to first. Reese is retired. Kapler goes to third. It's 8-0 ball. So another huge night now as the winds crank up to 30 miles an hour to right center. Johnny Damon, the batter. Johnny has doubled 3 times tonight in game 2. He is 4 for 4 overall. He's driven in 2 and scored 2. The pitch. Ground ball to Lugo. They're going to finally retire him. Over to Fick to retire the side. Not before the Red Sox score 2 more. No hits. They didn't get a hit in that entire exchange. They do get the error, though, and after 7, it's Boston 8, Tampa nothing. Mark Velasco will get the call here to pitch the 8th inning. Velasco with an ERA of 8.53, an 0-1 record, 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 homers, walked 9 and struck out 3. He'll face Crawford, who was 1 for 3 with a single and a strikeout. Lugo and Huff. Velasco delivers. There's a ground ball to Bellhorn. Throw to Ortiz, 1 out. Julio Lugo, the batter. Julio is singled twice. He's 2 for 3. He lines this one into right center, and that's a base hit. 7th hit tonight for Tampa in game 2. Aubrey Huff comes up. The DH is 2 for 3. He's singled and doubled. Velasco delivers. There's a fly ball to right center. Back goes Damon, and that's gone. So a 2-run shot from Huff, and Tampa gets on the board 8-2. Commodore 64 spits that tail of the tape out at 397. Baldelli, the batter. Rocco was 0 for 3 with a strikeout. It's a line drive to deep left field. McCarty goes back, and that ball is gone. Solo shot for Baldelli, and that one travels 384 feet, according to the Commodore 64. So 80s, so awesome, so yours on the internet. So that makes it 8-3. They'll give him Fick, because he's a lefty. He was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. The pitch. Oh, and he hit him. Oh, goodness gracious. So that'll be it from Alaska. So we'll go with Mike Timlin. Mike is 1-0 with an ERA of 4.32. 8 innings, 10 hits, a home run allowed. Walked 3 and struck out 5, and I'm surprised. I really do have to check to see if ejections are there, because after giving up 2 home runs and then plunking a batter, yeah, benches would be cleared. Jose Cruz is 0 for 3. He struck out twice. And there's a line drive to right center. Damon's there for the out. 2 out. Alaska will not remember this game finally the rest of his life. The wind's blowing 30 miles out to right center, too. Bloom the batter. Blum is 0 for 3. Make that a fly ball to McCarty in the corner to retire the side. So he does go 0 for 4, but not before Tampa scores 3 runs on 3 hits and no errors. All those runs to Alaska, by the way. 7.5 in the books, Boston 8, Tampa 3. So Miller, Ortiz, and Ramirez. Miller is 1 for 3. Harper out there again. He started his second full inning of work. 36 pitches of his 45. Miller hits a line drive that's going to grab the wall. A double from Miller to start the 8th for Boston. So 3 runs on 9 hits and an error for Tampa. They stranded 7. Boston 8 runs on 12 hits and an error, and they've stranded 8. Ortiz the batter. David 2 for 3. He is singled and homered. That homer coming in the second. He's driven in 3. Now he's 23 on the year. Harper delivers. Ground ball to second. Sanchez flips over. Miller goes to third. 1 out for Manny, who is 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Ramirez, ground ball, base hit. Miller will score. Crawford tosses it back in. Ramirez holds it first. 9-3 Boston. Jason Veritek the batter. Jason is 0 for 3. He has walked and scored. Popped up. Blum goes over in the corner and makes the grab in foul territory. Nice play. 2 out for McCarty. Dave is 2 for 3. He has singled twice, scored twice, and won. Harper delivers a grounder to Lugo, and the throw to first is not in time. It's an infield hit, so just when you thought Tampa fans thought they were out of it, that's not the case. Now here's Mark strikeout Bellhorn. Bellhorn has not put the ball in play today. He's 0 for 3. Also was hit by a pitch. He does put the ball in play and puts it into right center. Ramirez scores. McCarty will hold. That will be it for Harper. Bellhorn goes into second with a double, and Trevor Miller comes into pitch. Miller, the lefty. I pitched for the Sox. I don't remember that. Has a 2-0 record. 5.06 ERA. 5 innings, 7 hits. He's allowed 2 home runs. He has walked 2 and struck out 2. As the Red Sox now lead at 10-3. Kapler is 1 for 4. Gabe singled and scored. Kapler hits a fly ball to deep center. Baldelli is there to make the grab. Not before the Sox put up 2 more on 4 hits, no errors. We played 8. The Sox are on the verge of sweeping the doubleheader in the series. They lead 10-3. And in the non-save situation, we're going to bring in Keith Falk. Now, it doesn't always work out very well, but Keith hasn't pitched since Sunday and will not get the chance to pitch again until at least Saturday in the doubleheader. So he'll take the inning of work. He has a 1-0 record with 4 saves, a 3.68 ERA. It's usually these non-save situations that do him in. 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 home runs, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. And he'll face, scheduled to face, Toby Hall, Ray Sanchez, and Carl Crawford. Hall is 1 for 3 with a single. And there's a line drive to McCarty for the first out. Ray Sanchez is 0 for 3. And Tino Martinez will pinch hit. Tino at 265 on the year, 2 homers and 8 RBI. Pitch from Folk is a line drive right to Bellhorn for the second out. So a quick 2 outs for Folk. And that'll bring Crawford, who was 1 for 4 with a single and a strikeout. Everyone's kind of up. They've stayed through this. It's a cold night, 52 degrees. Wind's blowing out to right center at 30. Folk delivers. It's a ground ball to Folk. Throws to Ortiz. That's how the World Series ended. Boston wins 10-3. And the totals in a moment. Well, everything you'd want from a doubleheader the Boston Red Sox got. In sweeping the second game, Tampa scored 3 in the 8th. There are only 3 runs of the game. They had 3 runs on 9 hits and an error. Boston, they go to 8-12, by the way. Boston, who goes to 12-9 with that sweep, scored 5 in the second, 1 in the fourth. Read the right columns, Ron. 2 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th. They get 10 runs on 15 hits and 1 error. The loser is Damian Moss. He goes to 1-2, did not pitch very well. 3 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, all earned, a home run. He walked none and struck out 4. Carter and Harper. Carter pitched really well, 2 1/3 scoreless innings. Harper just got tired in his 2 innings. And Miller came out to get the last out. Boston turns to Derek Lowe, and Derek Lowe gave him everything he had. 7 innings, 6 hits. No runs, no walks, and 7 strikeouts. Excuse me. 108 pitches, 79 for strikes, 29 for balls. He goes to 2-1. There was no holds or saves here because it was out of hand. Mike Malaska had a game he would like to forget. Mike Timlin and Keith Folk came in just to get some work because they hadn't worked the series. And the Red Sox now have taken, wow, they've actually won 4 straight. And with this one, the last 3 series, they won 4-2 last week and 3-0 here. So they've won 7 out of their last 9. Johnny Damon is probably going to be player of the game. He went 4 for 5 with 3 doubles and 2 RBIs. Let's see what the Vic 20 says. The Vic 20 says Johnny Damon. It took 3 hours and 43 cold minutes to play game 2 with this doubleheader. In front of a sold-out crowd at 58 degrees at game time, 15 miles an hour to right center. Tampa stranded 7 runners, by the way. Boston stranded 10. It could have been a lot worse. So it's off to Texas we go. A road trip, 3 in Texas, including a doubleheader Saturday, and then 4 next week in Cleveland. And so this was not a good road trip for the Red Sox. So they'll have a chance to gain some of these games that they lost in real life. They swept Tampa in real life, and so the sweep still has them 3 games underperforming their real life schedule. So that will do it for us for here. And until the weekend, this is Ron Juckett for Commodore Vic 20 and Box Score Communications. We'll talk to you the next time.